It is always too early on a Saturday. I've all you've missed so far is I've gotten dressed and I've come downstairs. So the YouTube day in the life thing, or life in a day thing, I could get these things right. So basically today's gonna be a bit of a different episode. It's also gonna be uploaded as late as possible, so it is as much of the day as possible. But and it also means you're gonna get both cameras. But yes, so with it being a Saturday, as I've mentioned, I think in episodes, I don't know, means I have to get up super early because that's the time my mum decides we're going. The shopping gets done. I have to go because my granddad isn't allowed to go, so we do. So I go to help his shopping because it's a hell of a lot easier when it comes to doing. It's a lot easier when it comes to doing one of the shops we go to. The other shop we're going to, I generally sit in the car, so that's probably the next thing. Well, you'll probably see that at some point. But yeah, it is always too early because I don't normally get to sleep till late, and I don't normally sleep well, and I don't function well in general. So at least not this early in the morning. So see how this goes.
Of course, yesterday with us going shopping, and yesterday they decided to they did what they should have done a long time ago, which was make these mandatory. So got the whole full not quite full purge get up. Favorite joke every week: psychic news, the news that hasn't happened yet. So as to done, my mum has now gone off to go and do Marks and Spencer's, which is the other shop we get food for. But it's easier if I stay in the car for that. So while she's doing that, I'm having proper breakfast. I say proper breakfast because I do have something before we leave, but the way my stomach is, that I get real bad. I get real bad indigestion and stomach acid and stuff. So I end up having to get something else. So I end up getting I've got some hash browns and I've got pink's a blanket bap, basically sausages and bacon. Sausages wrapped in bacon, even better. Actually, don't know, even better. Slightly easier to manage is what I would say. Yeah, so I'm going to sit here, eat this, listen to the Cultaholic Wrestling podcast, and wait for my mum to do whatever she's doing. The moment she's talking to someone, so that's fun. It's getting project. I mean, the more time she spends, the more time I get to sit here and listen to the podcast. And it's a long one this week, I think, so more time's probably better, honestly. See you later. And that's shopping done for the week. Well, ish, because you can only get so much stuff. Gotta, put it away, and probably then watch wrestling and stuff. So, wrestling watched, specifically AEW, because it comes out on Friday really late in the evening here, so I'm generally catch up on Saturday when we get back. I didn't finish the Cultaholic podcast while I was out, which is actually kind of good, because it means I don't have to worry about trying to skip through the AEW bit like I normally do. So, my next thing is to finish watching that. Probably going to play some TFT while I'm at it, and yeah, we'll see what happens after that. But I'm going to use the magic of this camera and hope to God I don't have the memory card issues I sometimes have whilst I'm doing it. And I wanted to set up a time lapse for it, because I mean it's not going to be the most interesting, but it might be interesting at whatever speed time lapse runs at. I think that was a few hours well spent. I do now have to go put the battery for this camera on charge, but
I think it was worth it. I don't know what I'm gonna do now, but probably play a game, a Hades maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided, but I'm. It also depends whether or not people are back. But I'll probably give you an answer. If I don't give you an answer, it probably was Hades. But if I'm doing something else, I'll let you know. For those that are following along at home and want to actually be caught up with what my day's been like, I didn't end up doing Hades. I ended up going downstairs. My mum was back, so we played a couple of games of Muffin Time. Because I, of course, supported that on Kickstarter. And it came at the beginning of the month, and this is the first opportunity we've really had to play it. We then decided to watch SmackDown. I get caught up on SmackDown, which was... Well, it was alright. It was alright. It was fairly decent overall, I think. Grand Metalik was an interesting choice for IC Challenge. But we'll see how it goes. And now we're here. Battery charged up on the camera in the time. And yes. The thing is this is still an episode of Day of the Day. So let's cover a few of those days. We'll start with the one that isn't the 25th for this. It's not for the 25th of July. It is for the fourth Saturday. Fourth Saturday in July. I remember what day it is. And it is National Day of the Cowboy. And God, I wish I had a cowboy hat for this. I wish more than almost anything that I had a cowboy hat for this. That would be great. Cowboy hats are great. It's also National Merry-Go-Round Day. I'm not going to go to a park to try and do that. It's National Hot Fudge Sundae Day. I might eat some ice cream later, but I unfortunately don't have the means to get a hot fudge sauce. National Hire a Veterans Day. I mean, I have nothing against the idea of hiring a vet. I just don't know how well it would be useful. How much what the skill use would be for this company. But yeah, no, like, I have no specific, like, desire or aversion to doing so. And that is half of our days. In fact, that's more than half. There's only 2 left. And I don't know how I'm gonna... There's National Wine and Cheese Day. Neither of which I know whether or not I'm gonna eat / drink. I haven't put any wine in the fridge. Because it's a commitment, isn't it? Putting a bottle of wine in the fridge. It's not a commitment to necessarily drink it all at once, but it is a commitment to stop drinking it. And opening it is even more of a commitment to drinking it. And yeah, that's where I start getting problems. It's like I've got to drink this now. Got to drink this now. Who knows? Maybe by the end of this we'll start drinking a bottle of wine. But probably not, as there's not one in the fridge, and I don't intend to put one in the fridge. And National Threading a Needle Day, which I was honestly just going to kind of do. I had the idea of just doing and then putting a caption under the bottom, but I think that's a bit of a... I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I might do it anyway. Who knows? I certainly don't. Yes, I've also now eaten. I have tea. Had chicken fajitas. Some solid stuff there. And yeah. Now I don't know. I'm gonna see what there is online. See if there's anything worth watching. And then if there's not, now we will be doing Hades. Because, I mean, I've got nothing else to do. So I was going to do another time-lapse of me, playing Hades, or I was actually maybe thinking of jumping into VR and doing some Beat Saber, which I also would have time-lapsed. Like the time-lapse I did earlier with... God, what was it? This has been a long day. Or at least it's felt kind of long. What was I doing earlier when I was time-lapsing? Right, the podcast and TFT. I was thinking of doing another time-lapse like that, but I then ended up just getting distracted, and I've been on the same random website I found for a couple hours, and honestly I'm basically just taking a break to film this before I forget, just in case there's nothing else. But yeah, so I haven't played any Hades. I definitely haven't been on VR, which is, like I said, the other thing I was thinking of doing. I've just been playing around on this website, and will continue to play around this website for probably quite a while.
and then probably edit this and upload it as late as I can. So if this is one of those days that ends up being uploaded technically on the next day, that's why, because I want to leave as much of this as possible. Like, it's possible that I might take all the videos off of the camera and my phone, get them all on the computer, then set up the camera again and set up a time lapse for me editing so I can put that in, but I think that might be a bit boring. So I might not do that. But I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if anything comes after this. I'm sure there'll be at least one more thing after this, even if it is just a real short thing of me on my phone, mid-editing, or even towards the end of editing. You know, passing a comment. Because I'm pretty sure I covered all the days. I'm definitely not going to do the wine thing. Again, I might have ice cream, but I don't need to I've already got at least one video of this channel of me eating ice cream. You don't need another. In fact, you almost had two, but I had a real bad stomach on the other ice cream day that we've had this month. So that didn't happen. Yeah. I guess go to what is probably final thoughts me, question mark? I don't know. I'm very good at vlogging. I don't know if you've noticed this.
So yeah, I'm currently editing the my version of the life in a day thing, although it's I'm probably not going to call it that, just to be safe, although I probably will put that in the description. You'll know because you're seeing it. I'm saying you're seeing it on my channel. Obviously, if you're seeing this as part of the life in a day thing, hi, go see who I am. Hopefully YouTube will actually put links to people, because that would be nice. I looked through the terms that the thing wants you to do, and there are questions it wants me to ask. So wants me to answer. So let us answer those questions. What do you love? I love a lot of things. I love friends, family. Well, some of family. If you watched yesterday's episode, you might know that. But yeah, I love games. I love all sorts of stuff. Music. I mean, obviously I love games. I mentioned Hades like half a dozen times today, and yeah, still haven't got around to playing it, because I did just get distracted by this one website, and that I lost hours to it, and like every time I looked at the clock, I'm like, how has that much time passed? Hence why it's really late with me getting edited this. What do you fear? Most of my fears are really, really existential. Like, I fear vast open spaces with no breathable air. So basically, I fear space and the ocean. I fear solitude and loneliness. Like, I have that fear of... I fear that all my friends hate me, which is a real nagging fear at the moment. And yeah, I have a lot of those like psychological fears more than actual fears. I've mentioned before how I kind of used to sort of still do, because you don't really grow out of fears that way, have a fear of dogs, which doesn't come from anything. It's just a thing I have. I think that covers it. What would you like to change, either about the world, about your own life? Hey, hi, I have a motto here on this channel. I don't know how well it's going to show up, but it's change the world. That is my motto. That is my goal in life. So yeah, a fucking line. There's a lot I want to change. The economy's fucked. That's one thing. We should be better equality. We should be doing better for equality. I know we've got like Black Lives Matter movement and all this, but yeah, we shouldn't have to be. It's 2020, for God's sake. We should be equal. The pay wage gap can fuck off and all that sort of stuff. As far as my own life, I guess I'd like to see people more than I do. Like that's in part just because of the whole lockdown thing, and in part because I'm really socially awkward. I'd like to be less socially awkward, actually. I'd like to have less social anxiety. That's something I'd like to change about myself. And finally, what's in my pocket? Nothing. Nothing are in my pocket. I've changed trousers to sort of lounge pants, and these pants are just used for like, I'm not quite a pajama pant level yet. I'm way past normal trouser level, so they don't have anything in their pockets. They're actually my old like tracksuit bottoms from high school, like from high school outdoor PE, that still fit. What, 4 years later? I mean, if you no, including college, 6 years later. God, my college and my high school were the same thing basically. Just slightly different structures, but it's the same building and the same teachers and everything, so it's basically the same thing until it blurs together. But I didn't do PE in college, because look at me. I'm not a PE guy, clearly. I did do a sports leaders course, though. Something people don't realize. I did a sports leaders course. It's like the only thing I can put on a CV. Like, the only thing. But it does prove the one point I ever try and make, which is, I'm a pretty good leader. I know how to do people well. Which is ironic, because again, I'm really socially awkward. But yeah. So that's all those things. I'm not going to bother to tell you all the things. I did the Change the World. Please subscribe if you would. And I would appreciate if you caught up. And again, if you're watching this on the Life of the Day thing, go look me up. But I don't think I would be surprised if any of this gets in, and I would be very much surprised if this bit specifically gets in. But yeah, this is my sort of wrap up of it all. And I'll see you, I was going to say tomorrow, but the time has ticked over. This is a little late. See ya. This one bit's a little late. Everything else is not. YouTube, don't kill me.